division in the house of God. Because everywhere in the world, it is not just Chicago, not just New Jersey, not just Philly, not just Delaware, everywhere in every city and location, there is probably, in every region, in every city, and probably most cities have probably different or 5, 6 localities in them. And every locality, there's probably 200-300 churches in each locality. Each. And most of the time, what probably you drive before you even get to 600, 1,000 feet, you can find 20 churches. 20. And I'm here to let you know, every one of them ain't supposed to be pastoring.
Come on, Apostle.
But the moment they get disgruntled in church, oh, I don't like what the man or woman of God is saying. You know what? I'm going to be in God's God. And you got little clientele because you are on the praise and worship team and they love your voice. And you say, it's time for me to start a church. No, it ain't. It's time for you to learn how to be able to serve the vision. You're better off with your 30 or 50 back in the vision of the man or woman of God than you're 30 or 50 across town because you didn't like it. I'm going to start my own church. No, you shouldn't.
Amen. All right.
That's why. So God said, son, you know what? He said, people will get tired of every apostle and prophet comes up and saying what the church is not doing. And so, because that's what you hear. You say, well, the pastors don't doing this, why this is happening. And God said, he me, son, what I'm going to do with you is I'm just going to make you become what I want to do. Amen. Become what I want to do. And become how I want to move. Amen. And as you become it, you don't even have to defend. You don't have to begin to say. It will make people contagious. What? That thing was on you. I need to get it. Where you at? And he said, that's what's going to happen. He said, they're going to want to come and learn how to become contagious glory carriers. He said, so just as John Wesley burned, burn like him, but don't burn so they can come just watch you.
Come on.
Burn so they can become contagious too. So I don't want you to come watch me burn. I want you to see me burn so you can burn too. Here's how. That's what he's after. No more me, mine on me show, praying for sick and 100 people on stage. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Show them how to do throne room miracles. So every one of you don't have to spend till 12 on the stage.
All right.
Pray for you. Jesus, reach the throne in here and do mass miracles. He's taking me the next one away. So he's preparing me for the stadiums. That's why he's teaching me what he's teaching me. To do throne room miracles and encounters. Because he's ready to affect the masses. By him being in the atmosphere.
Amen.
So I'm not going to wear myself out. I'm going to wear the team out. We ain't going to be on stage till 2 o'clock in the morning praying for people. We deal, the hands laid are for stubborn devils. The throne room experience will get out most of that. The stubborn devils, then we speak to you and lay hands on you. Stubborn ones. But it's all talking about recognizing when he's trying to take you an uncommon way.
Amen.
Unlike what you're used to. And that's what I had to discover. He was giving me signposts that I'm taking you in ways that you're not used to.
Amen.
Let me show you how this up, okay? I've been back in the work world for it was 5 years. Okay? In the 5th year, God was elevating me. I was a business manager at Verizon. I was making good money. And then another opportunity came. Then he opened up a promotion to be a regional manager for Xfinity. And it was good. And I had favor in the beginning of it. And then like around the 3.5 month, it just tanked. And I was like, my wife would tell you, I was complaining to her every day about what was going on, stuff that was going on. Every day complaining, and we praying, and we sowed seed to make it begin to increase, and men and women of God's life, and then it did it for a week. And then all of a sudden it just kept tanking to where then it shut down in the middle of April. But all preceding that, all these words are coming. God is calling you to go to full time because he needs what you have and he's ready for it now. And it's all great, but my thing is like, if you're ready for it now, God, it's okay, but I need to see the money.
Amen.
Because being ready for me, it's like, it's great and I'm honored, but I need to see the money.
Amen.
Because just saying I ain't ready for me don't help my rent payment.
Right. Come on, Apostle.
Amen.
But that's when my faith works for me, not for him. Woo! For me, not for him. I need faith for that. He don't. He already sees the end from the beginning. That's why
Yeah.
Ecclesiastes 3 says it. He put eternity in their hearts, which is crazy right there. I don't have time to touch that. But then he says, so you won't know the things of God from the beginning to the end.
Come on. Amen.
So you. So all that's for me. Faith is for me. Ain't for him.
Amen.
I need it. He don't.
Yeah.
He's laughing. Like he said in Psalm 1. He sits in the heavens and laughs. He sits in the heavens and laughs. Meaning laughing at me. Like, okay, you worry about, okay. He's like, I know it's a weak laugh. And he's still laughing. Because my faith is all anxiety ridden. Like, yo, you gotta come in 5 days. You got 5 days left. And we ain't going this way no more, sir. And I'm not trying to like say that. And he's laughing. Oh, look at that guy. They giving me up.
5 days.
And he's laughing. Because I need faith and he don't.
Come on. Amen. Amen.
And the whole point is he's taking me an uncommon way. Uncommon way. That means he's summoning me
Yeah.
to learn more of his ways.
Amen.
He's summoning you to know more of his ways.
Amen.
And it's not like you thought it was from before. Even you being leaders, even us being leaders. So when transition happening, pay attention.
Amen.
He's giving signposts. You thought that you just felt the need to do it. No,
Come on.
he unctioned the thought. What do you mean he unctioned the thought? I know the thoughts and the plans I have for you. How does he know the thoughts? Because he caused subtle things to override your thoughts. And you think you just thought it. No.
Come on. Come
He
on.
knew the thoughts.
Come on.
He instituted, he unctioned it. He assisted it.
Come on.
He assisted it. So it ain't surprised you come and think, oh God, he's taking me a different way. He's sitting there laughing. I unction that. I know what needs to happen.
Amen.
So that's why it's important to understand the dreaming world. Some of them always run crazy. They're hidden in symbolic meanings and gestures about real principles behind it.
Yeah.
Yes. So he's trying to develop them. So guess what happens? So I said number 2, he's deal with your abilities and graces to represent him. And then so a great signpost would be Exodus chapter 4. Because you can go there if you want. Exodus 4, 1 through 5, but you don't need to. I already know. Exodus 4. And there's 3 dynamics. There's 3 dynamics, okay? There's 3 dynamics. It gives 1 through 10, verses 1 through 10. And verses 1 through 10, just for your own notes, if you're writing notes, so you can validate me as scripturally correct. Moses is coming to him and saying how good what he's not, and he's making a declaration. Well, what if they don't believe me when I say this? All right? What if they won't believe or listen to what I say? It says it right there in the first verse. God, what if they don't believe me, what you said to me, and what I say you're saying to me? What if they don't believe me? And see, now you change his development of how to represent. So this is what he does. The first one, he says, what you got there? Because Moses, at that particular point, he was a little older, and he had a staff and a rod. He takes it, and he says, what you got in your hand? He knew what he had in his hand. He was asking him a redundant question because it was for him.
Come on. Right.
He was basically saying, come on, Moses, talk back to me.
Come on. Right.
What you got? He got a rod. All right, throw it down. Throws it down, and he's probably saying, okay, Lord, I'm just going to be obedient, but this is ridiculous. Throw it down. Throws it down, bam. Serpent. Scares him, because it says it scared him.
Yeah.
It scared him, backs up, and then all of a sudden, pick it up. Picks up, right in the middle, pick it up. Rod again. First signpost. Then he comes another one. He says, okay. Then he gives him another one. He puts his hand in his bosom, and God says, put it in there. He's got a natural hand, nothing wrong with it, puts it in there, pulls it back out, bam, leprous. And he scares him, he's, oh! And then he puts it, and God says, put it in again. Put it in again, bam, it turns back to normal. Turns back to normal. And he said, those are the 2 signs you need. And then he says, if you read it, he says, but I can't speak. I'm not good. And he said, I don't know if they're still going to believe. Then he gives them the third one. He goes, he says, go to the Nile River. And he says, turn it to blood. So the third sign is he turns water into blood. Turns blood, he turns the blood, the water, it makes it bloody. And he turns it, bam. Switches it. Third sign. So if they don't believe that, and that's when he started down again. Said they don't believe it, then he said, calls for Aaron. But the story is, he was developing him and giving him signs to represent. Amen. Developing him in how to represent in an uncommon way. And the uncommon way is not you taking a staff that's a natural staff or a cane you go get from CVS, and all of a sudden it's a cane, and all of a sudden it becomes a javelin pole. What if he did that? Go get a cane from CVS and just makes it a javelin pole. What if he makes it a baseball bat? Whatever he wants to do, he can do it. Amen. But the key is, he was developing how to move not like you're used to. Amen. The principle is, he was training him how to represent Jesus, the kingdom, and him in an uncommon way, like he wasn't used to. And what you've got to understand, that God wants to get your attention to represent and understand him unlike you're used to. And the problem with you and I is sometimes we miss, even when he speaks in the still small voice, and you even miss sometimes when he's speaking even with natural things. Natural things, even they are chaos and chaotic. We're still missing. We're still missing. So he's got a remedy. Woo! He said, so sometimes you won't even catch me in those two realms. So I've got to give you another side of how to catch me. He said, now I'm going to do you like David. Woo! Come on here, preach, Chris. I'm going to do you like David. I want to show you how to learn how to move with me with my eye. Oh, come on here, preach, Chris Johnson. I want to show you how to move with my eye when it's moving. I want to show you how to feel me on stuff.
All right.
What? I'm going to read it to you. I'm not just going to throw it at you. I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to read it to you. Psalm 32, verse 8. And you're going to be, oh my God. I'm not making it up. It's right there. Okay? Psalm 32. See, my finger's sticking again. Thank you. Okay, Psalm 32. You see that? Verse 8. I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou shalt go. I will guide thee with my eye. Do you see that? I will instruct you and teach you. Now you probably quoted that, but I want to give you a point. So I want to give you, so if you write notes, I want you to write this down. It is learning God's intents and likes. It is learning God's intents and likes and yeses and nos on issues by feeling his approval, by his gaze on matters. His gaze. That's why the scriptures say in the Old Testament, looking unto, come on, you know, looking unto Jesus. Looking. It's speaking of gaze. It's bringing a point. Not just trying to look in mental, imaginary, but it's trying to give you a training principle of gazing that means physical eye and spirit eye. Yeah. It's actually bringing also into Hebrews 5 that says having senses trained. Amen. So in the development, he's taking you in an uncommon way. He's teaching you how to feel his yes, his no's, intents, and dislikes. And he's doing it by natural circumstances, situations, and unlocking your senses of your spirit eye so you will feel things. So that means that's a big cavern. Amen. So let's just worry it out just for a second. So you're wondering, let's just use for example, you're wondering if you're this is use an example as a leader or a pastor. They're looking for a building, they're expanding, and you're looking at all these buildings. Now God's saying, guiding you with His eye is now, even when you can't clearly hear, you got to make a big decision. You think you hear, but you might be a little bit distorted, and it all looks good and nice. But now you got the extra unlocking, where if you feel a like and an approval, because you feel the gaze. The gaze is not, you feel it, and it's unlocked because of your time and development. And the time you're spending as He's developing you. And you feel the gaze, but your sensory eye is also open. So you feel not Him looking at it, the gaze at it, but you can see things for it. He might even take you into a vision for it. I saw myself standing inside there. I saw people inside there. At the same moment, you're feeling His gaze on it. Then you can go to another place and you absolutely feel nothing, but you like it. You just like it. You go, it looks good on the outside, but you went to the other one, but you didn't still feel the same gaze as you felt on that one. You didn't like it, it looks good, and you say, oh wow, this is great on the outside, I'm going to do much work. And this one just needs a little bit more work, and you felt you liking it on that one, everything looks good naturally, but that one you felt when you went up, you felt a gaze. You felt like there was eyes looking at you when you were looking at it. That's Him guiding you with His eye.
Amen.
Oh my gosh.
Amen.
Gosh. That's Him guiding you with His eye. Now I know this is not taught much in the body of Christ, because it would sound weird, and it would sound because people have problems when we start talking about learning the ways of God, unlike the customary language and routine and habit. But unfortunately, we have 10 senses and not 5.
Come on.
And most believers function under 5 and maybe 6. But very rarely 10. Don't understand that you can smell sickness when it walks into the room. You can smell cancer when it walks into the room. You can smell diabetes. They all got smells to it. As a matter of fact, let me wrap your mind around something else. They all got colors to it. But we ain't going there because we can't take them back into a couple weeks ago. But it's got colors to it.
All right.
Gosh. One day we'll do it. One day. But not today. That's too long. But it's got colors to it. It's got smells to it. Cancer smells like sulfur. And I know when it's in the room, when I start to smell sulfur in my nostrils and nothing's burning, it's my spiritual sense that opens up. I know when cancer is present. I actually know when diabetes is present. I know when arthritis is present. They've got different smells to it. And that's God unlocking Himself in development to represent Him. Because all of that was to help me represent Him. Not so I'm deep. Not so I'm deeper. Not so I'm more profound. It's me learning Him, moving, and His gaze on matters. So, guess what? It will keep you from going into places that you don't even know what could happen. You could be driving somewhere, and you could be on your way to a church service, and you just feel, I feel like I don't think I'm supposed to be going to this. I feel like I'm supposed to be not going to this. And you keep feeling it, but you just keep driving. And the first check is already happening, but you keep driving because they want you to come.
All right.
And then the second you feel it is stronger. Now you feel the gaze coming through the car. But you still keep driving. And you already got now the warning signs. I'm teaching you in here. This is development. Because you're being summoned. So please hear me. Please hear me. From a leader to another leader, and you're all leaders today because you lead in some capacity. Whether you lead in your house, whether you lead your family, you're a leader in some capacity. Please hear me. One of the hardest things for me to do is recognize when God was trying to take me and develop me and lead me into an uncommon way. And you want to know why? Because I knew so much about Him already. I know so much about Him already. I know so much about Him already And sometimes it's hard for us to think that He wants to develop us another level, and even at times forget what you know. And come with me so I can show you a more excellent way. Sometimes it's hard for us to do that. And nobody got to talk back to me at all. I know it's true. Sometimes when we think we know, you're used to doing the sauce, you're used to doing the do. And sometimes it's hard for God to get your attention. It's hard. It's hard. And right now, I'm here to let you know, I am for sure enough to know God right now is summoning many of us in this room, if not all of us. He wants you to know, I'm taking you away to show you me, unlike you're used to. And the thing you need to hear is don't fight me. Don't fight me. You might have to stay away from some of your best aces for just a moment. For just a moment. For just a moment. You might have to do it. You ain't mad at him. You ain't nothing wrong with him. You might just have to be, because some of the things that you might be with your ace, you might function the same. But as he's redeveloping you, you might have to be away for a moment. So you can get the fullness of what he's bringing you into and not be interrupted or be biased from something that might come to say, well, I don't know if God is saying that. I don't know if God wants you to go that way. I don't think God might want you to do that. So I'm already giving you guys a prophetic warning in here, because I hear the Spirit of God, and I do hear it really good. I'm telling you, some of you, God is all of a sudden by His Spirit is going to orchestrate some time that all of a sudden your best friend or your best person is closest to you might just, you can't reach them. It ain't nothing wrong. You keep trying to reach them and you can't. And all of a sudden all of a sudden you're trying to do stuff, and all of a sudden this stuff comes up where you can't do it. Why? Because he might be trying to just get you away with you. While he's redeveloping and summoning you to the uncommon road he's leading into for you without interruption or bias. Without interruption. How many of you received that? Without interruption. And guess what the whole purpose for? You're summoned for development and learning the other way. Being guided with his eye. So you'll feel stuff. You'll feel gazing. You'll feel him on matters. You will feel him in so many different ways. So if you're a leader, like a person like me, you'll even feel. You won't even have to get the Spirit. You won't even have to just pray. You won't even have to just pray and say, I got to pray to see if the Lord wants me to go. You will now be able to say, do I feel his gaze on that? And if God wants you to come here, he wants you to come to Africa, do I feel his gaze on it? It looks good. Opportunity going to nations. It looks good. Do I feel his gaze? And the reality is, you know what, sweetie? The great thing when you have a wife and you're married, a lot of the times your prophet is your wife. And I was trying to figure out for a long time, when I said, babe, should I go? She said no, she said, but I'll let you see God. And the whole time, I knew it. I did not feel God's eye on it. But I just felt like I just want to go because as the nation opened up and I can go bless them. And they're calling me to say, come bless us. And I knew they would get blessed. But God's eye wasn't on it. Amen. And so all these checks, I was almost ready to still go, even not listen to my wife. Still almost ready to go. And who knows what could have happened when I entered there. It could have been Satan waiting. You coming to bless, and he's coming to curse. Because see there, them witches don't play there. They ain't American witches. We got cute witches in church. We got cute witches in the world. But them over there are the real witches. They've been transformed from cats to all kinds of stuff. Come on here. Preach, Chris Johnson. Transfer into cats, animals, dogs, donkeys. They can transform as shapeshifters. And I'm not even joking when I say that. I was there in Tanzania. They can transform into shapeshifters from people to animals.
Jesus.
To flying creatures.
Jesus.
And so, first of all, it baffled me because I'm like, what kind of power are these devils got that they can change into animals
All right.
from people?
Yeah.
And we can't even pray.
All right. Come on.
We got a problem praying for the simple stuff. And they can become animals from people. Right? That's bad for you?
Yeah.
That we are somewhere missing something. Not that we need to shapeshift into no cat or nothing. But it's like, so if you got somebody who want to challenge and go for a throwdown, whose God is bigger? And Chris Angel can just levitate? Why can't I just get next to him? My God is bigger. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Come on here. We ain't doing that. And the church will say, oh, he's on some witchcraft. He's on some witchcraft. Please pray for me. I ain't having no, I ain't praying for me. Mama, you ain't praying for me. Please help me. And guess what? As he summoned me to this uncommon way, I don't even think the same way. I shared with him last night. I'm not going to bring into it because it's too long, but I'm not thinking the same way.
Amen.
He's teaching me to pray differently. He's teaching me to decree differently from the place of desire that is going to happen and changing my authoritative decrees and words because he's brought me into a way that fully, I don't understand, but I'm just moving with him. He's teaching me how to be guided with his eye, feeling him on matters, feeling his yes and no. And not just because it looks good and it's good to do.
Right.
And so he said, son, there'll be times that you're going to be needing to know my gaze because it will look good, but it might be good for you.
Yeah.
And we all have been there.
Amen.
Everybody just want to invite you and bring you in, and it might not be good for you. And I'm not into time wasting. I don't want to go to just a place where they can get and be blessed, and nothing is going to move for the people at all. Ain't nothing going to change. The leaders are going to do the same thing. That's a waste of my time. And spending the grace on me to just get across town and get a couple of hours? No way, God. You got other prostitutes. I'm not one of them.
Come on.
You got other ones. Use them. I'm not one of them. I paid and been through hell in my life, in our marriage, to go through that now at this juncture.
All right.
I'm a world changer. Send me to somewhere that's going to benefit from the impact.
Amen.
I'm not for hire.
Come on.
All right.
Come on.
No, everything doesn't require a yes.
Come on.
I don't care if the offering is 10,000. It's not a yes still. It might not be a yes.
Come on.
Just if somebody big calls, oh, you should go to that. That's a great opportunity. I was just talking with a leader on the phone, Mama, and they was like, well, I feel like because they're trying to connect you and something get ready to open. They're trying to connect you. And I go name this because I know I'm live. And I go name this. They were trying to say, you want to open that. You don't want to be arrogant. I said, I don't need to be arrogant. I said, there's certain doors I already know God's want me to go through just because it looks good right now. It may be come back around, but right now it's not. They're like, well, no, you don't want to get out of them because you know there's an open door and that's what glory to God. But right now it might not be what God wants.
Amen.
We're in a new era, and I'm part of the new era, and I'm moving in a different glory, and they will try and make me like them.
Come on.
Do this, because then your ministry will grow, and then you'll expand, and then you'll be able to have a fresh kill. Well, I don't want a fresh kill. I want to be able to move in the glory, and they might stop me and make me like them, and just church a nice kingdom. And I'm not church a nice kingdom. I move in a different dimension.
All right.
So the reason why God can trust me, Mama, with this is because they can't buy me no matter who it is. I don't care if it was the biggest, they can't buy me.
Come on.
I don't care if they threw this down to do it, I can't be brought.
Come on.
So I had to learn his eye.
Yeah.
Amen.
And his eye overrides opportunity.
All right.
Because if I do it this way, he will make sure I'm somewhere. And somebody comes and they're waiting there to give the $2 million check to us. If I do it this way, and it's for sure enough coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you hearing me? It's for
Yeah.
sure enough coming.
That's it. That's it.
I feel the anointing being stirred out right now in the financial realm. We just popped it open. No, don't get your mind back. Ain't giving. I'm talking about it opened up. Today's a good day for you because many of you are going to see debt releases. Debt releases in this atmosphere right now. Just opened up. Debt releases. See, the thing is, you can be in an environment and you're like most people that have been abused. Will think, oh, it's time to give. But in this environment, for you, this is the best thing for you to do.
Amen.
Because whatever God releases to you, as unction, release that. You don't know what He's got planned.
Amen.
That could be your debt of your house being wiped out.